Hi everyone, it's Dee's from Turtle Dove. How's everyone doing? I am I have a cold at the moment and it's sort of gone to my chest, so apologies if I sound a bit, if my voice sounds a bit husky. I'm feeling better. This is about day 3 of the cold, so I wasn't well yesterday and this morning I wasn't too good either. Didn't get a lot of sleep, but you know what colds are like. You just sit there, lay there trying to sleep and your nose is just running and oh, it's terrible. But anyway, I'm on the mend slowly. But I thought I would just show you a little altering project that I've been doing. I bought a snowman and this Santa. It's from Kmart, $15, and it lights up. The wreath lights up. I think the snowman's holding a wreath too, and that lights up. But I love more the burgundy rather than the... Well, I like cherry red, but this one is a bit too orange toned for me. For the decor that I like in my house. Having said that, I do have a red Santa, a big fabric one. But anyway, one day I'll give that one to my daughter and get a white one. But what I did was I've left everything except for the red. I'm going to paint that burgundy and then finish it off with some diamond dust. So I will show you the snowman first before I get into doing this. So here's the snowman, and look at how that diamond dust glistens. And yes, he is holding a wreath, and as you can see, it's not so red. I just put one coat of the burgundy on, maybe 2 in some places, but it doesn't really matter so much because I'm just covering it with diamond dust after. But it does make a big difference. It's just beautiful on that cabinet. I will do a walkthrough of my Christmas decorations on another video, so I don't want to show you too much. There's some things going on the other side, but I just wanted to concentrate on the snowman and the Santa, and that's the end result. So I will go back into my craft room and show you how I do that. Okay, so hopefully my camera's going to behave itself. I've had 2 corrupt SD cards. I did a Tea Tuesday and I made some more tree ornaments for my white tree, and yeah, I just could not save anything. It didn't work, so I'm just hoping that my camera behaves itself for this video. So anyway, this is Santa. I'm happy with the green, and as you can see, this is roughly put on here anyway, so I'm not going to be too fussy. If you can see here, it looks smeared in some areas. There's some bits missing in the others. You know, just all the lines are going over where it should be, so I'm not too fussed with that. And so I'll be doing his hat. I'll be painting his hat and the gloves and the bow and anything red. So I've got some of this Jo Sonja's burgundy paint that I've had for quite a long time. The other thing you'll need, obviously, some paintbrushes, some water to clean up, Mod Podge. So once the paint's dry, I'll cover that with Mod Podge and then sprinkle the diamond dust on there. So it's as simple as that. So I'm just going to start painting, and then I'm going to leave it to dry overnight once I've finished everything. This is starting to thicken up a little bit because it's quite a few years old, but I can just add water to it if it gets too thick. And to be honest, for this project I'd rather it a little bit thicker. And yeah, you're not going to notice it at all once you put the diamond dust on. It's just a really good way of jazzing up something that, you know, you might want to change minor things to. So I have 2 paintbrushes here. One's a 12 and this one's a number 3 round brush, just so I can get into the finer corners. And his lip is a tiny bit red too, so I'm going to change that. And then this is for the bigger spaces to paint. So I'm going to start that. I have my jar of water here and some paper towel. And I'm going to move my little snowman that I've put in the corner of my table just out of the way, because I do not want to get burgundy paint on him. And also, I should really put an old top on. This is a light blue sweater, and I'm just going to wing it and hope that I don't get paint all over me. So I'm going to start. Just wet the brush a bit. And it's as simple as painting over anything you want to change. So this one, I'm going to do the head last so I can handle the body with my hand. And I might do the bow. No, I'll paint the gloves first. And this will dry quite quickly. I haven't had much sleep because, you know, when you have a cold, you try and sleep. Your nose is runny, but then you have these tickly dry sensation in your throat, and you start having these coughing fits. So that's been me the last couple of days. I thought it was hay fever actually, or the scratchy throat that I had just before I got the cold. There we go. So that's enough colour. Can you see the difference? A beautiful burgundy colour, and this is the red. This actually doesn't look bad on camera, but just looking at it myself, it's a very orange red, so I like it to be a bit darker. So there's that one. Now I'll do the other one. So it doesn't really take too long. I mean, it's going to take a bit longer if you want to put 2 coats on. And I could change the green if I want, but I'm happy with that olive top looking green. And in fact, they painted the red first and put the green on the reef on last, and there's a lot of messy looking stuff that I'm actually fixing doing this. So if I wanted to be fussy or fussier, I could quite easily. But once you put the diamond dust on, it just looks beautiful. Only thing is, I'm putting it up high so the granddaughters don't touch it, being glass. So that would be the downside. I don't know how long it would last, but I'm going to have to be careful storing it. There's the other one, see? Now I'll do the bow. Yeah, just be careful storing it. I'll put it in bubble wrap and then a box on their own. And I might just have to redust it after 2 or 3 years, I think, because it does, some of the diamond dust does drop off, and also you've got to be careful handling it because it is diamond dust and you can cut yourself. So just keep that in mind. Or you could get the fake looking snow, which I couldn't find anywhere, which is why I'm using the diamond dust. So I'm just going to get the smaller number 3 round brush and do this bow. Just paint the bow. And anyway, I'll keep painting away. I'm going to leave this to dry overnight, and tomorrow it will be a Saturday. It's Friday late afternoon at the moment, so I will put the diamond dust on there tomorrow. And then you can see the finished result. So, thanks to the magic of recording, I will see you soon. Okay, so I am back. It's not the next day, it's about 4 hours later. I couldn't help myself. I just feel like crafting this evening. So, as you can see, I've painted everything and it feels dry enough. So all the red is now burgundy. Even his lips, Santa's lips. So there's some bits that are lighter, but that actually gives a nice effect once you've got the diamond dust on. So I'm just going to show you how I put on the diamond dust. So I'm just going to use some Mod Podge, and I'm just going to use a paper plate and add a little bit of the Mod Podge to it. You can always add more later. I'll get my brush that I cleaned after painting, and stay. And I had to open, well, I've got a little bit left of this. I bought 4 of these little pots of diamond dust probably a couple of years ago, so one of them has lasted me 2 years, although doing big projects like this, it goes quickly, so I'm glad I bought 4 of them. So I've got that one and a new one. I'm just going to make sure, yep, I just wanted to make sure there's no paper seal at the top. And I've just folded up a piece of white paper and put that on the base of the newspaper, just so any excess diamond dust I can pour back in the little jar, so, or the little pot. And I've also got, this is just from a yogurt container, just one of those single serve yogurt containers with some granola. You fold them up like that, and I keep these and use them for crafting, so I use that for glitter and diamond dust, things like that. They come in handy for that. So now I'm going to do the bow to start with. So now the whole idea is I'm going to try not to go over the same spot over and over and over again, otherwise the paint will come off. So I'm just going to try not to, I just went over a bit. I'm just going to try and stay on the red because I don't want it looking or going over the other areas so much. I just did put some on the wreath there, but that's okay. You can always get a cotton bud and wipe that off. And there's a little red spot down here on the green, and I painted over that as well because otherwise it's just not going to, it's going to look funny having one little red spot. So I just made sure I put the burgundy over that as well. I mean, I could have painted over with some green, but then I've got to match the green up, and I don't think it's that important. There, so that'll dry clear. And while it's still wet, I only do section at a time so it doesn't dry. So I get my diamond dust and just fill the spoon up, and just being very careful. I Okay, this needs to be moved over. Right, just being very careful with the diamond dust not to get it in your eye or breathe any in or anything like that. I'm just putting quite a lot on. I'm going to just sprinkle that on because there's only a bit left. And just tip the project in all directions, making sure you don't miss any spots. And then just going to let the rest fall. Just give it a few taps if you want to. Now I don't mind the look of that, just left like that. If you didn't want some of the shards up, just very carefully though, because you can cut yourself, you can just push it down very carefully. You could probably put one of those rubber thimbles or something over your finger to protect that more, but and then as it dries more will come off, but hopefully you'll be left with enough on there. Now you can see the white of the Mod Podge, but that's going to dry clear. And all the colour, the burgundy will come through and it will look beautiful. So I'll just do Santa's mittens or gloves. And it just gives the effect of ice or a bit of snow. So for next Christmas I'm going to definitely try and find some crafty products that sort of resemble snow. It's more white. See, I'm not being overly fussy. Now, that's that pot finished. There's a few pieces left on this white piece of paper that I've got down, but look at that, beautiful. So I'll just keep that aside, and that's why I do it just section at a time, otherwise everything will dry and the diamond dust will not stick to anything. So it's a little bit messy. There we go, there's one. And I'll just paint the other one. With the Mod Podge. And even doing small sections like this, where you paint it on thinner, it dries really quickly, so you've sort of got to put enough on but not too much. Here we go. And I was thinking of putting some more Mod Podge over the dried diamond dust, but I don't think I'm going to. I just like the look of how, like that snowman, just how the snowman looks. So what I'll do is, over a couple of years, if this tends to drop off, I will just redo sections. And you do have to keep this out of the reach of children, little children, like my granddaughters. They're all under 5, so I put this up high where they can't touch it. So yeah, it's not one of the type of decorations that anyone can play with. But anyway, I will be back. I will paint the rest of this, and then maybe tomorrow I'll come back and show you when it's all dry. So I'm going to do probably Santa's pants next. So I will be back. Hi everyone, it's the next day and I have finished Santa and he turned out really nicely, I think. So much better than his original form, I think. And it really looks nice amongst this blossom tree that I've had for quite a few years. And I don't know if that's where I'm going to place them both. I may put Santa in another spot. I'm not sure, but that's the little corner with the snowman. I do like the snowman, but I do love snowmen, so I'm a little bit biased, but look how sparkly that is, and it looks so beautiful with the lights on. And you can set the lights in a different sequence so they can blink really quickly all the time, or you can just leave them on the warm light like a yellow light, or have them all coloured. See that sparkle? It's just gorgeous. Very easy to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.